Well, good morning, good afternoon or good evening, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome back to, or welcome to, my e-bike adventures. What are we doing today? Well, the weather's not looking particularly great. It was, according to the weather, today was meant to be glorious sunshine, and looking above me, it's a canopy of grey. What a surprise. Anyway, I've just come back from Budapest. Literally arrived back last night on a flight. This is going to be my only day this week. I'm going to be able to get out and actually do any filming. Because again, tomorrow and for the next foreseeable few days, we've got heavy rain again. Anyway, let's not focus on the weather. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a shorter video possibly today, because I've got out, I've brought out with me a water filter, because when you're out and about, you know, there's quite a lot of liquid you need, and generally you're supposed to consume 2 litres of water per day. So when I'm out camping, I'm going to have 2 litres of water. Well, 2 litres of water essentially costs, or weighs rather, riding with my kickstand down, strange. But yeah, anyway, getting back to that, 2 litres of water weighs 2 kilograms. So that's quite a bit of weight that you have to take with you. So I've brought a nifty water filter, and today we're just going to go down along by the canal, and we're going to cook and we're going to have a drink out of the water from the canal. Thank you. Dogs are meant to be on leads along here. And yet us bikers are the first to be moaned at, generally. Anyway, so yeah, the colour of the water in the canal, it doesn't look nice, I must admit, and I will be taking every sort of precautionary measure to make sure that I don't come away with any nasty waterborne diseases, etc. But yeah, Budapest last week, a stark contrast to the UK. We're about 11 degrees today, but it's a bit chilly. And out in Budapest, it was 27 degrees. So yeah, unfortunately, I did want to go and hire one of their e-bikes, their many e-bikes that they have out there, and scooters. Unfortunately, their season hasn't started yet, so I went to the place where I normally go, where there's normally quite a lot of e-bikes and scooters to hire, and there wasn't any. So I'm guessing that their summer season hadn't quite started when I was out there, which was a bit of a shame, because I did have one free day while I was out there. But never mind. I'm going to try and get a later appointment next year and see if we can get out there during their season. But yeah, spring is on its way, although we've only really had one nice day, but you can tell there's blossoms starting to appear on the trees. Small amounts of green are appearing on these trees in front of me, and soon, within a month, hopefully the UK will start blossoming again. And look really picturesque. So I brought out minimal stuff with me as well this time, because I'm going to go and find a little spot by the canal that's got a little bench, just so I don't have to bring out so much stuff for once. And really, today is more or less of a test of to see how well this water filter holds up. I have done quite a bit of research on it as well, so it seems to be the best one on the market. For getting rid of all those impurities out of the water, or majority of anyway. But yeah, I don't know if you can see the colour of that water next to me. It doesn't really look that appealing. I know I certainly wouldn't want to drink out of it if somebody handed me a cup, but we shall see when we get there. Oh my God. Okay. moment. Just waiting for a little lull in the traffic. There we go. There's a lot of people about. I think probably a lot of people had read our weather forecast, like myself, probably thought it was going to be a nice sunny day. See, if people had their dogs on leads like they are supposed to along here, they wouldn't need to necessarily keep grabbing their dogs when they see a cyclist coming. And believe me, the last thing I ever want to do is hit any animal. But it's irresponsible pet owners, really. They know full well that this track is used by both pedestrians and cyclists. So they're taking the risk in their own hands, really. Thank you. And again, another dog not on the lead. Such a shame, because it kind of makes me feel guilty that I'm on a bike and really on the bank onto my left, cyclists aren't really allowed to go, and we're always told to use this path. But dog walkers can go up that side. But as we find, a lot of them actually do use this path without any dog leads. Oh. But yes, some of these trees now are starting to show little blossoms of green. And hey, we're in April now, and we have a saying in the UK, it's April showers. So just before it's going to get nice, it's going to get really wet again. But hopefully, with the longer daylight hours, I mean, as you can see, even riding through here now, you know, there's lots of bits of green appearing all over. And some of these trees that were completely sparse the last 2 weeks ago when I came through here, they've got cherry blossom on. They've got small buds starting to appear. And we all love everything looking green. Thank you. But yeah, when I was out in Budapest, I had to have, oh, my brakes, not sounding so good. Right, we are at a little spot by the canal, but I kind of need to make sure that I can reach the water, and I believe I can. So, I'll take this bike back, we'll sit up. I mean, there's a bench here, right there, there's a couple of benches behind me as well, so I'll unpack and we'll talk, we'll get out this water filter, etc., and talk a little bit more and show you that in action. I haven't tested this yet, so it's a first for all of us. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to get the camera set up and I'll see you back here in a bit. Right, so as I said, I'm just using a park bench today because we're just going to try out our water filter. So the one in question that I've got is by Pure Clear. I did quite a lot of research on these and to find out what was essentially the best, type of water filter, one that removes the most impurities, etc., and that's that holds 1 litre, so that will filter 1 litre of water. The filters on here will last for 2 months, or I believe I'll need to put my reading glasses on, but I think it's something like 200 litres that this filter is good for, so that's quite a lot really in the great scheme of things. But yeah, so I shall be filtering the canal water behind me. Hold on, I just need to put on my super because the writing on it is absolutely tiny. But okay, so these are some of the things that this water filter essentially gets rid of. So 99.999% of bacteria, 99.999% of all viruses, again 99.9% of all cysts, microplastics, yes it removes, heavy metals, yes it removes, chlorine, yes it removes, particulates, yes it removes, polysaccharides, if I pronounce that correctly, that removes, parasites it removes, turbidity, I'm not sure if I pronounced that correct, but yes it removes, endotoxins, it completely removes, colloids it removes, chemical reduction, yes, trace pharmaceuticals, yes, yeah, and as I said, the filter life is 200 litres, or they recommend that you change this once every 2 months, whichever comes first really. So this water filter, the bag and everything and the water filter cost me £39, and the water filter replacement water filters for these are £14.99, so yeah, a little bit expensive, but to be honest, as I said, if I'm going camping, then I'm essentially going to need at least 2 litres of water with me, and that's 2 kilos of extra weight that you're carrying to your camping site or your camping trip, So if you are going somewhere that's near a small body of water, then these things really are quite handy. Let me get this out of the box. Now, as I said, I've not used this yet, so this is a first time use. The only thing I have done, which was I followed the instructions, that you need to remove the water filter essentially to begin with, and just submerge it. So I've done that. I took the filter that we've got there, that was submerged in water for about 2 minutes at home, and then you just pop that back on there. And then this gel bag is where you take your water. So what we'll do, we'll go over to the canal, and we're going to fill this up with a litre of water, and then we'll filter it through here. And essentially today, now obviously there are other ways to keep the water clean, but we are going to boil it as well, just to well, because I want to make a cup of coffee, and B, I've got myself another wayfarer's meal. Today we've got chicken tikka and rice, not one I've tried yet. I'm expecting it to be just as banging lovely as the others. I'd be surprised if it isn't, to be honest, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. So yeah, we're going to cook, and I'm going to make myself a coffee, and we're going to do it all from that filthy dirty water in the canal from behind me. Right, let's go and top up our bag, shall we? Right, I filled up. Now, it's sort of fairly clearish, but it's got that sort of a little bit of a yellowy tint to it. I'm not sure if that shows up on the camera, but we'll filter this and put that into a different container. Right, let's go. That's water from the canal. We'll pop this back on. Right, now, so this filter comes with a protective cap. So you just pop this off. And essentially, I'm not sure if we squeeze, that might help. There we go. Silly me, schoolboy error, really. So there's this cap just lifts up slightly, and then that allows the water to flow essentially. Right, so I've got a nice clear bottle, and what we'll do is we're going to filter our water essentially into here, and all you do, you give that a little bit of a squeeze, and as you can see, we've got water flowing. Now you could just rest it and gravity will take effect, but obviously if you want to be a bit quicker, you just squeeze the bag a bit, and then that allows for a bit of a quicker flow of water through the filter. But I don't know if that's showing up on the camera, but that water looks like I've just taken it out of my tap, and that water's got a bit of a yellow tint to it. We'll just squeeze this all out. But yeah, $14.99 for a new filter, 200 litres. Some of you might think that's a bit expensive. Personally, for me, I'd rather pay that $14.99 every couple of months and not have to take 2 litres of water with me, which I said before is 2 kilos of extra weight that you have to carry with you. And it's generally the reason why on my return journeys, it always feels so much lighter, and water is pretty much, you know, the main culprit for that. Now, you could just drink it, as I said. There is a little cap here, and that will go on there, and you can use that to just, if you wanted to, drink straight from the filter, which, you know, I'll just demonstrate. Tastes really clean. It tastes really clean. It does taste really clean. Oh, and then yeah, as you can see, that allows you to, it's a bit like milk. So it's a little bit like you know, milk coming from an udder, really. It'd probably be handy if I had a bit more water in there. Let's try it again anyway. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong taste wise. That's to be honest, taste wise, it tastes better than what comes out of my tap at home. Anyway, we'll just filter the last bit. And I guess time will tell, because if I get ill tomorrow or the following day, then chances are, you know, this hasn't done its job. Right, I think that's enough. One thing I do want to show you quickly, so we'll just take this lid off. As you saw before, the water filter was completely white, but I don't know how well the camera picks this up. Let me come round. And hopefully you can see already the kind of muck and the colour that's taken out. But yes, look at this water. That is absolutely perfectly clear. Now I've taken a little drink. I'd probably say, you know, I've probably drunk about 50 millilitres of water. But today we're going to use it to cook my wayfarer's meal, which isn't a problem because it's just a meal in a bag, essentially. But I am also going to make myself coffee with it, so we are going to be boiling this water up as well. So there are other things you could do. You could buy water purifying tablets. Personally, I don't like them. I think they leave a bit of a nasty aftertaste to the water. Some people are okay with it. me, it's just got that twang to the water, and it's not a nice experience personally. So yeah, just to safeguard everything, I'm going to boil up the water in my Takana stove, as many of you have seen before, and I'm going to have a bite to eat and a nice cup of coffee, knowing that the fact that I haven't had to bring any water with me at all. Right, I'm going to get all this set up. Anyway, let's pour our filtered water into my Takana stove. Courtesy of the Royal Military Hive Canal. Thank you very much. And hopefully, as I said, yeah, it's not going to make me ill. Oh, no, I can't afford to be ill, so that's why I'm sort of taking more measures to make sure that, the water that I am consuming, apart from obviously that one little sip, but I do have quite a lot of faith in this. Right, let's get this on. I think what we'll do, I don't want to waste too much time, so we're going to pop our meal straight away in here. We'll bring this up to the boil. And then I can make myself a nice drink and have a bite to eat. I bought another lightweight spoon and fork from Go Outdoors. £4.50. £4.50. Now I know it's light. I could almost buy a cutlery set, albeit a cheap one. I could buy a complete cutlery set for 4 people for about £5 in my local Asda. So yeah, they do make quite a bit of money on these things, really. It is lightweight though, so I'll give it that. But no good for cutting up a steak, is it? But they're great for eating these, Wayfarer meals or anything else like that. It's definitely struggling. And I'll be honest, when I gave it a good shake, I sort of felt like there was still quite a bit in there. So I can definitely feel gas in there still though, so it's not completely expelled. Maybe it's just, it might be because the canister's actually quite cold. So I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to warm that up, because warming that up might help a little bit. There we go. Look. Phew. Right, well, thankfully I managed to breathe a little bit more life in that. Oh, my videos can be somewhat blooperish. I don't think I need to make a blooper roll. I think I'm pretty sure my videos are just, you know, may contain bloopers. Pour that into my cup. So, chicken tikka and rice. Let me just show you this to the camera. I hope you can see in there, but that looks absolutely banging. Well, it's definitely hot. Whew. Oh, taste wise, it's chicken tikka and rice. It's lovely. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous again. These Wayfarer meals are just so handy, and they're just packed with so much flavour. They're really, really good. I think I need to leave that for a... It's just so hot. Let's try my my Royal Military Canal coffee. Yeah, it's got to be said that that water actually tastes better than what comes out of my tap at home. I'm really quite surprised, actually. Proof will be in the pudding. As I said, hopefully I won't get ill over the next few days, but I will be monitoring myself. Wayfarer meals, you've done it again. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Seem to have got a bit of chicken tikka around me gob. Anyhow, as I said, Royal Military Canal coffee. Cheers. Spring is finally on its way to the UK, and just sitting here, I can see so many trees around me now, all springing to life. And it won't be long before all this sort of sparse landscape around me, which is becoming less sparse, because as soon as we start getting those leaves on the trees, it fills it out. Obviously much better when you're stealth camping in the summer, because you know, when the leaves come on the trees and the bushes, there's less that people can actually look through. So yeah, that will help our stealth camping locations quite a bit, because at the moment I've only really got a couple of places that I sort of feel comfortable stealth camping in, but when these leaves do fully come on the trees, we're full blossom, then yeah, there's quite a few other places that I feel are quite worthy of a stealth camp. So and I am really looking forward to going out camping again. Just really missing it at the moment, but also I'm very aware that just the amount of rain and where I would need to take my electric bike and trailer is probably going to go through quite a lot of mud. So hopefully you know, the UK will be drying up soon, and we'll be able to go out and do a stealth camp. But you do have to be careful again with this water filter, you know, because you don't really know. The water might look clean where you are, but you don't know. 20 yards upstream, you know, there's 2 dead rats in the water, and that's why, you know, you really need one of these things. You can't just be taking water out of a stream, no matter how clear it looks, because you just don't know what's in there. I tried to actually, now I don't know if anybody else knows, and if you do, please let me know in the comments, but I'm trying to find some kind of website where water has been tested, and the results, you know, for all to see. So how safe is that water, essentially, you know. Now I did find a website, but the last time a water reading was taken from this canal was back in 2016. That's 8 years ago. And it failed on 2 things back then. It failed in its, strangely enough, in its metals, so heavy metals. No, I don't mean rock and roll, heavy metal. And also pharmaceutical waste. So there must be some kind of plant somewhere that's attached to the canal somewhere, or whether it was some kind of accident and there was some spillage into the canal, I don't know, but that was 2016. But yeah, this water filter gets rid of 99.999% of both of those elements. So as I said, it is a calculated risk. I'm hoping I don't get ill. If I do get ill, you guys will be the first to know. Right, well, that about wraps it up for me for another video and for another week. I hope you like this kind of content. If you do, then why not consider subscribing to the channel, and maybe if you like this video, hit that like button as well. You can hit the bell notification and you'll get notified when I upload a video every Monday morning at 6 AM. I wouldn't advise that anyone drinks water from any source, really, without filtering it first, especially, you know, from your taps at home, you know, or, you know, in another commercial property. That's absolutely fine. But if you're drinking water from a source in the wild, then get a water filter. Absolutely get a water filter. And as I said, you know, there are, you know, I filtered mine here today. As another precautionary measure, I boiled the water as well. So yeah, you know, as I said, it tasted absolutely fine, no problems. But yeah,